Oh God! I almost fell off the chair.
Go right over in the cemetery.
Okay, today we're doing a spooky episode.
As promised,
Because I have thoughts and feelings, like usual, about everything. Okay, but let's be serious. How did we land in this location? Let's start there.
well, you teed it up that Halloween. We had to do a podcast and the whole Halloween theme. So here we are
In the neighbor's yard.
in the neighborhood. So we have.
We are using our resources.
That's right. We have lawn mowing neighbors. We have decorative neighbors.
We have neighbors that have benches.
And you know what? We're not afraid. Well, a little bit.
I didn't do
go
anything.
introduce ourselves and say we love it. Can we use your scene as a backdrop? So that's.
And you know how excited everybody's been for us? We just want to say thank you to the neighbors. Because if you're watching this, we couldn't do it, literally, we could not do it without you.
This is true.
We would be probably in the street getting hit by a car. So thank you, neighbors. Okay, but the thing that really riled me up was a few things. Shrinkflation. How people aren't, like, kids do not get to dress up anymore. And if they do dress up, it's like they can't come to the home and all that. And I said how we should just go because nobody's going. And then Jen made fun of me because I make fun of the old adult children who are going trick-or-treating. So all those things.
Those are a lot of topics to discuss. But we came in costume to discuss them.
Yeah, we're the bros.
All right.
We gotta be in character. We can't be all nice and bubbly because men are not. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I love you all. I love all men, all people, all things.
We're fired up today. This hat, I don't know all you guys wear these hats, but they keep tipping forward. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, where do you want to start?
Shrinkflation.
What is your opinion on that? And when did you notice it?
10 years ago, I noticed it from the fact of, as a kid, a regular size candy bar. Well, the snack size candy bar was this big. And then when my kids were now grown adults, it's like this size.
It's tiny.
That used to be like the bite size. Like the little mistakes were the bite size. So the normal candy bar, tiny, 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 right? The king size. I used to hand out in this neighborhood the king size candy bars.
Yeah.
And we got hit up left and right because we were passing out king size candy bars. In my mind, I'm like, I'm just passing out candy like I would have gotten excited about.
True.
So that's mine. What do you?
But I feel like even now, like, okay, for one, did your king size used to be 2 individual bars or was it 1 long bar?
1 long bar.
Because now it's split into 2. And I'm pretty
It
sure.
depends on what type of candy bar it is.
Got the banana.
Yeah, because Reese's Pieces or Reese's Peanut Butter Cup
No. Like Milky Way and a 3 Musketeers are now 2 bars
in a king size wrapper.
in a king size wrapper. And I'm sure it's because of like proportions and calories and whatnot, which is whatever. But I always eat both and then feel bad that I ate both.
That, did you ever analyze to be able to say, is one of those candy bars like the retail size of a regular candy bar? So then from a manufacturing perspective, it was easier for them to just put 2 of the regular size together and make it a king.
Probably.
That is the big brain thinking there. Big brain thinking there.
Yeah, but it's more satisfying when you just get to eat the whole bar.
I agree.
And not have to eat 2. But I also feel like they've shrunk in general though, because like a regular size candy bar now is like literally like 3 inches big, and I feel like it used to be like 5.
And that was all before this year, what's going on with shrinkflation. So what I've been reading about, I don't know if we should name these companies, but I'm just going to say that cocoa prices have been high for a little while here, maybe since the spring. And due to the cocoa prices being high, your average family is not passing out chocolate treats this year. And the marketing at the stores are more driven towards sugar. So think
really
licorices, things of that
I
thing.
love
No chocolate.
speaking of which, I'm probably going to have to get some after this.
Yeah,
Because I'm
you
going to be hungry.
So that's what I
But-
think of shrinkflation right now. That
Yeah.
we have cocoa prices, and then we have the whole, we're not getting into the political thing here about inflation, but
No.
cocoa prices are pushing people to changing.
But also, like, the prices of, like a bag of chocolate chips or a bag of M&Ms that we would get for, like, cookie decorating and stuff. We're going to have to crop this out. So I'm like, do I just
No, we're
wait?
not. We're trick-or-treating, and we're just going to see. We're back.
Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, okay, so when we went cookie decorating, or how we do every year, I remember you vividly being like, there's less in the bag for either the same price or higher price. And then you pick up a bag of, like, chocolate chips, and it used to be full.
Yep.
Like, even when I was a kid. And, like, a lot of recipes count for, like, one bag of chips, chocolate chips. And now it's, like, half.
Yeah.
And it's still the same size plastic, but it's this big, and it's $5 versus $3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's filled with air. So now when you go to buy, well, I used to just buy 1 5-pound bag of candy for trick-or-treating. Well, now I might need 2 of those 5-pound bags.
That are no
In
longer
theory,
5 pounds.
yeah.
They're
In
more
theory.
like 2
Yeah,
pounds now.
yeah. And you mathematicians, don't worry about that.
2.5.
You get the idea. We're like,
Yeah.
whoa, we don't have enough candy to give out. So then let's talk about the actual trick-or-treaters when we do pass out the candy.
Yeah.
What's gone on in trends as far as like when you were a trick-or-treater to where we're at now?
Well, the rich houses would always have the big candy bars, and I feel like that, quote unquote, has not changed. But I feel like, I don't know, it used to be like they would hand you a handful, and now I feel like it's not that. But I could be wrong.
Who did the handing out of the candy?
The parents.
Always? Did they dress up?
It was a bunch of old ladies, I feel. And they would just be like, oh, here you go. And they'd hand you like 5, like a whole, like.
And then there became this thing of, wow, we got a lot to talk about, because all of a sudden it takes me down memory lane. People stopped handing out candy. Rather, they put a bucket on the step.
See, houses like that were my least favorite. Like, it's part of the fun, ringing the doorbells and stuff. Like, that's when you get like,
Are they coming? Are
Yeah.
they coming quick enough?
yeah. And then you would have to like go in a door to get to the next door to knock on that door. Like, that was like, you were entering people's homes.
Oh, we didn't. You entered homes.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we did as well back when I was trick-or-treating, but
Mm-hmm.
I never let the boys enter other homes.
I don't know. I don't
So
even.
that's interesting. The other thing that I noticed in the trick-or-treating trends was, at least in the city, yep, you went from the door to door, then people not participating, to just putting out a bucket on the stoop and letting kids come and go as they want. Somewhere in the middle was like the E.T. thing. The scene, you know E.T.?
Yeah. Gross. That gave you the ick. Never do that again. You said,
See, knowing our age, there we go. Where the parents went down the street with their wagon of adult trick-or-treating treats.
yeah,
Did that exist in your?
not that I know of.
Oh, that the first time I got exposed to that, I was like, oh, isn't that interesting? Get the whole family involved.
But
out
that's
there.
more normal now. Like, everyone does that now.
In certain-
Especially with, like, when, like, one of the parents has to stay home with, like, the 1-year-old baby that can only do, like, 2 houses or whatever. Like, I feel like then they just sit at home and hand out, like, alcohol and such. Like, I have clients telling me about how they're getting ready to do that.
No, that I
Like-
mean, it made it fun.
But I feel like that's more popular now than just, like, handing out candy.
The candy. It's like a community event. Well, let's talk about that. Different ways of trick-or-treating too. Went from the door to door to
Trunk or treat.
yeah, trunk or treat or mall trick-or-treating.
I think it's dumb.
Well, we all know that it was probably done for safety reasons, because we have a couple bad apples that ruin it for everybody. From a safety lens or from a different perspective, if we talk about holiday parties in the school, right? Like, that used to be a big thing
That
when
was the
I was growing up,
best.
was getting the costume on, and everybody going to the holiday Halloween party. And
did your entire school do it together, or was it just
Yeah.
classes? Because it was just our classes.
well, classes, but every class was doing it like at the same time.
And then we would do a parade.
Oh, we didn't do that. Like a little contest?
No,
Or just
I think it was just a parade. Like the kindergarten, like it would start with preschoolers walking around, and then when they got to the kindergarten, then the kindergartners would join the snake, and then when it got to first grade, the first grade would join the snake, and then you'd like all walk around the school all together. And then I'm pretty sure we ended in like the main hallway where we like took pictures and stuff.
those are some good memories for you.
Yeah. We would always watch Charlie Brown for every holiday.
I was going to say, Charlie Brown is for Thanksgiving, for Christmas,
for-
I mean, it's
I
a
got it
staple.
wrong. Isn't that what he says? I don't know. I haven't
don't
seen
remember.
it since second grade.
Did you have a lot of outdoor decorations when you were growing up?
Well, there was no houses next to mine.
Oh, you were in the country,
Yeah.
but you had pumpkins.
It is raining, but yes, we had pumpkins. But like, it would always be kind of crappy because we would put our pumpkins out for nobody to see, which is like a little depressing, but that's okay.
I feel that's something that has really increased is a lot of decorations. Additions each year that they just get bigger and bigger. That in each year it gets more jazzy. The newest one this year I found was that you wrap a garage door
Yeah.
and it goes up and down. It's a cool scene. So
I wonder why that is, that we're like now spreading out decor and all of that more. And I do think it's like keeping up with the Joneses, like that thing or whatever, because I feel like whenever you see one house that has it like extra, then houses around start popping up and doing the same. So it like takes one person and then everyone starts doing it on the street.
which holiday do you think is the highest expense that people put into the holiday?
Christmas.
I thought that too, and I remember years ago that it was Halloween. And I was like, how can that be? And then what they had showed was the candy, the costumes, the decorations,
True.
and that you go through such a drought between now and the holiday before that people are more ramped up for Halloween, so they go all in.
That's true, because it is like the start of the like bang bang bang. Like it's like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah,
Like it's the start of like all
of it.
And then I feel like by the time it's New Year's, people are like, "Shit, like let's just
Burnt
get
out.
Yeah, like some cups.
Burnt
Oh,
out.
stop! Is this them?
Yeah. So
Oh, good.
we have a lot of live audience in the neighborhood, and people are like, what are they doing? Well, we're on a makeshift tell-all bench again.
We've only sat on the bench twice?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we sat on a bench the other day that's
Yeah.
compromised at this point.
So what other topics around Halloweeny and the generations?
Age of people going out.
Oh.
I feel because I think I probably honestly went to 7th grade. I don't think I dressed up in 8th grade. So how old are you in 7th grade? Like 12?
No.
11?
Wait. 10 was 5th grade. Well, yeah, you're right. Probably 12.
But now I feel like I see middle schoolers and high schoolers going out.
Yeah, as a group activity.
Or do they just look older?
Yeah, I think they might just look older. But
Yeah, I
we know that when they do the trick-or-treating at the door, and we open it up, and their high schoolers are always like, you still want candy?
No, literally. But I feel like you can tell by how, like, revealing, quote-unquote, the outfit is. Especially for the women or girls or whatever. Because, like, little girls are obviously wearing, like, dresses and whatever they want. But then I feel like when you're in high school, you're trying to be, like, a little sexy. So
You're
then
done with the Disney themes,
Yeah.
and you're moving on up.
Yeah. I need to turn my head around. It's so...
She's gonna melt in the rain. That's
The
another
rain's
thing
getting
of
in my
that.
eyes. I'm like,
That's another thing of that generation. I'm melting.
we're ruining these ties.
That's all right. The ties.
Hopefully
they're
the
classic.
microphones are good.
Yes. So age.
Yeah, and then it's like, I don't even blame them because half the time, like, at least last year, we barely got any kids. Like, anyone in general trick-or-treating. So I think if the weather permits this year, we should sit outside because that was the most fun.
It is. They see the little ones, and they're all so excited, and they can barely open their hands up to grab a piece of candy.
Last year, a little, like, I don't even know, he's probably 2, almost fell up the stairs trying to come up to our house.
For the costume getting in the way?
Yeah.
Let's talk this. Did you do any shenanigans on Halloween?
No.
The girls does not do shenanigans.
What was there to do?
Okay.
Okay, but also we had to drive. That's the other thing I was going to touch on. We're all over the place. Whatever, it does not matter. My mom would have to drive us into town. And then still, once we were in town, she would still have to drive us from like street to street because everything's still so spread out.
Yeah.
So like our mom was with us the whole time, whereas the boys, they probably could just run around here or whatever. Like
Well,
so much closer.
That and yeah, so shenanigans, what I mean by that is they're probably just the boys apparently, because I didn't play as soon as they say I didn't play shenanigans, I remember shenanigans than I did.
Oh God.
but as my boys were growing up and trick-or-treating, they reached an age where the little shenanigans, meaning toilet paper or a house.
On Halloween?
Yes.
Oh.
And you know, it's funny when they're asking for toilet paper and you're the adult going, if you're going to play shenanigans, you probably don't ask your parents for the resources.
True. Like figure it out.
So then I'm caught in a pickle to be able to go, you better keep it safe and not get us into trouble. But a little fun playing, right? Trick or treat is
Oh, yeah.
So I think they took it literally, like trick or treat. And so yeah, a little toilet papering in the neighborhood and a dog involved barking that they couldn't see where it was coming from, and one of the friends just took off running right through the marsh because he didn't know where the dog was coming from.
And he was scared of the dog?
Oh, yeah, it's pitch black, and then they're playing their
Yeah.
shenanigans, and all of a sudden the big dog comes barking. They don't know where it's coming from.
Are you sure it was Halloween?
Oh, yes.
And not their homecoming?
No. And I laughed because I was like, guess the trick got played out of the trickster, right? So, anyways, I do think
Perks of having a dog.
I haven't seen any of that kind of, because I think back in my day, it was like I know my parents were talking about that in their day, that if they went trick-or-treating and they didn't get a treat, then they soaked the windows. Yeah. So the tricks got softer as the generations roll on.
You could probably get in bigger trouble now, too.
This is a fact.
You could get arrested for toilet papering.
Can you?
It's a vandalism. I can Google it, but I'm almost positive.
Well, I see plenty of toilet papering going on around here in the neighborhood for healthy fun of cheering them on for a high school sport.
I definitely think we should go toilet paper some houses.
Yeah, no.
Maybe we should be the tricksters on Halloween.
After COVID and the toilet paper shortage, I'm going to respect the toilet paper.
Didn't they say that there's another shortage happening of toilet paper?
Well, there was a subtle one, but we
Oh.
got past that. So, we digress, or as our improv, we ranted. Wait, we should do like a full-on rant.
We are.
What's a full-on rant about Halloween?
That's a tricky one.
Ah!
Get it! Oh, they slap
Let me
her!
give my best Halloween laugh. See, I love embarrassing her. It's so fun.
Oh,
That's what it's supposed to be about. It's fun. Have you, when you dressed up, were you always the girly girl costume? Or did you go spooky?
Ever. Girl, I think. I dressed in a duct tape dress one time. Tell me what I was. I just walked around in a duct tape dress.
Well, that's pretty creative. I gotta give you that.
Yeah, but it was pink and zebra stripes or something like that. But like, what was I? That's not dressing up as anything.
Oh, it's a costume. It's a
I
costume
guess.
party.
But I don't know what else I was. Oh, I was a cheerleader. My mom made me be a crayon one year. I was a red crayon. I was a ladybug at one point, I think. And a cow. So that's not like super girly, but I also was a child.
Yeah, you were more in those costumes. I know I had the boys in all the Disney costumes until, they figured it out. And then they went to the dark side.
Spooky.
Yeah, vampires and blood and masks and...
Yeah, but that was probably your older son doing all that.
Yeah, the shenanigans.
And then the younger just catches on and he's a little bit of a follower.
So, in the spirit of Halloween, and where we're sitting in right there.
Yeah, why are we?
It's always, the spooky times. Did you ever, go watch movies on Halloween? Or before?
Dude, yes, but Annabelle Comes Home. Have you seen that?
No.
I don't know why, but I chose to see it in theaters, and I'm pretty sure I saw it twice in theaters. My body hurt afterwards because it was clenching. Like, my whole body was,
Tense.
stiff the whole time. So that's the scariest movie I've ever seen. But, I don't really, when people are like, oh, what's your favorite Halloween movie? I don't have an answer. I don't. That sounds bad, but I don't care.
I can't even think. What was it? Freddy movies? Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
Those were those weren't a real... I'm not the exact movie buff, but I don't remember Halloween movies being that big of a thing in my generation.
No, because I feel like it's scary movies. They're not really Halloween. Halloween Town, I think that's my generation. I don't know. Or Twitches. Those are girly movies. Well, Twitches is a girly movie, so you wouldn't have seen that.
I wouldn't have seen that.
But I just don't, I don't remember caring to watch them. I've probably seen them all, but they're not, I'm not going to rewatch them.
Gosh, when I think you used to have parties and then you'd have bobbing for apples. Did you ever bob for apples?
No.
Yeah, because a girl can hardly eat an apple.
Me? I ate an apple an hour ago.
Bobbing for apples was a thing at parties. The other big thing in my time was the popcorn balls.
Dude, those
you know
were
what those
nasty. Yeah.
Oh, those were a treat.
Those were gross. If I want popcorn, I just want popcorn. And I also do not want to be handed popcorn or juice boxes or any of that crap on Halloween.
Yeah, so, all those, think of the generations there. It was okay to hand out caramel apples, popcorn balls.
Dude, caramel apples are, you gotta be rich to hand those out.
No, there was one guy in the neighborhood who always handed out a 50-cent piece. Now, that was the rich house. You got a 50-cent piece.
Why would you hand out money?
I don't know. It worked for me. I was fine with that because back then
you could go buy your candy.
Yes, we got on our little bikey and we went there and we optimized our candy, remember? Yeah, we talked about that. So the treats have changed. Obviously going from the more homemade.
Okay, but I feel like we need to test this theory and actually go trick-or-treating and see what we get.
We're going to have costumes where we're unidentifiable. This is too identifiable.
And I feel like we can't talk.
Oh, we're going to say
we gotta have a voice change.
To see if we get candy?
Yeah. We can wear those costumes that you said the boys wore, where it's your whole body's one color. We can wear those. We're gonna do this, I think. I think we should.
Oh boy. Well, who's gonna hand out the candy? Because you already said that the old ladies need to be home handing the candy out. We're gonna have to divide and conquer here.
Well, I'm not going alone.
Yeah. All right. What else about Halloween? You love this holiday. This was your episode of...
Well, I already ranted. But I do think it's dumb, doing trunk or treat. I think that kids should go out on Halloween, and it should be more fun than it used to be.
You got a group of people together, and you went door to door. You ran as fast as you could.
Yes.
But is there a connection to... I think I had said this on an earlier podcast. I don't remember. That sugar became so readily available that it wasn't a treat.
Yeah.
Whereas it was a treat for this generation. You ran as fast as you could.
I'm dying.
She's practicing her Halloween voice.
No, but okay, back to the life. What the frick was I gonna say?
Have you gone to a cemetery on Halloween?
Wait, Ghost in the Graveyard? Have you played that game before?
No.
Well, technically you're supposed to be playing it at a cemetery, I believe. And it's like, you're supposed to find each other. Like, for some reason, you're supposed to find each other. Oh, we would play that. Ghosts in the Graveyard. Have you ever played the Ouija board?
No.
Where you talk to the dead, apparently?
Have you?
Oh, yeah. We have one at my parents' house. But I don't necessarily...
Does that only come out at Halloween?
I don't remember the last time we played it, but I'm about to bring it here.
Oh, no. You
We
keep
play
that
the Ouija board. Well, let's play the Ouija board on the next episode.
Nope, not doing that.
I'm trying to think of what else I was actually going to say. Something about trick-or-treating, obviously. Oh, but I guess it bothers me that schools, like, don't allow holiday parties anymore.
The actual
Holiday.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
somewhere.
they don't allow... Like, apparently, like, Halloween's tied to some religious or something along those lines, or some bad thing that now we can't do it. But I'm also, like, in my head, like, Christmas no longer is tied to a holiday or tied to a religion for most people, because most people aren't Christian, Catholic, whatever, but they're still celebrating it. So I feel like it would be the same for Valentine's Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving. Like, it's no longer like
Specific or
Yes.
special.
I feel like it's just a holiday that everybody celebrates, like a
Well,
national holiday.
It is. It went to just like the somewhere in the millennial that sits right here. In that era, I think it went to like a fall festival. Like
Yes.
you went away from Halloween, but at the same time, it also went away with bringing treats from home in because of all of the different allergies. So
That's why.
yeah, you didn't want, because of like the peanut allergy or now gluten allergy. And, people suffer and die from that. I get that.
Me rolling my eyes and then you say people die from it. I didn't mean it like that. But
Right.
it just like, that was always the best.
But that started to work its way in as to why we started restricting the food, the treats, the parties, the not being inclusive. Not everybody, enjoys that. And somewhere in the middle is probably the sweet spot of all those perspectives.
Yeah.
I do know, like, on the peanut allergy thing, and I have friends who, have a peanut allergy, but it kind of goes to that thing of Americans, it's everywhere on products about plant and peanut allergies, right? It's at the forefront, where you go over to Europe and it's not.
Yeah.
But I know that was one of the driving forces around, we have to stop the homemade treats coming in, and then all of a sudden, because that was a big part of the party,
Yeah.
was decorating, and you got your plate of all the types of junk food. It was the treat part, right?
But I still think that kids should be able to wear their costume to school. Like, if you don't need to don't bring treats then. But, like, have them, like, watch a movie for the last 30 minutes of class or whatever and change into their costumes then. Like, I just don't necessarily think that it needs to be, like, a out-of-school
Event.
activity anymore. Like, it could still be at school, then you go home with your friends and your family and do trick-or-treating.
So that's what's going to be interesting to see as the generations, right? Because we do have one between us, and you have one on the other side of you that's not a skeleton. But is the pendulum going to swing back?
I hope so.
Because all this was okay, then all of a sudden no, and it kind of went perhaps to no. Is it
Like,
going to
this
swing
is
back?
when, in one of the episodes, we talked about how I was like, I think we need to, like, not go back in time or whatever. But, like, part of this is, like, I do think we should go back. Because I feel like it's, like, we're trying to accommodate too many things. And it just needs to be about the fun of it. Like, why can't we just have fun?
Yeah.
Celebrate. Again, bring us together in some way, because...
Oh, that was good. Bring us together.
Yes!
In some way. Like, can't that be a way to bring us together?
Yes, and, like, can't it just be about being somebody else for a day, dressing up as somebody else for one day? Like, it doesn't need to have whatever And I don't know what the reason is behind Halloween, to be honest, but whatever that reason is, like, just ignore it.
And it doesn't have to be an expensive, elaborate thing, as evidenced by our...
We already have these clothes.
We just, again, use that creativity. It doesn't have to be this extravagant thing.
No.
Simple, and make it fun.
Yes. Or even each classroom should just have, I mean, never mind. What I was going to say, they don't have the budget for that, and that also bothers me. But I'm like, can't, like, everybody just, like, have a quick little thing and then maybe donate the costumes? Maybe ask the older kids to donate their younger costumes to the kids that can't afford it or something.
So, viewers.
Again.
Viewers. When you go to the website or YouTube, whatever site, and remember to subscribe or hit like. Throw down a comment of, have we gone too far and we should bring back some fun?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that? And I guess, what are your thoughts on that? Should we bring back an element of fun that we've lost it in the generations? And how do we tap older and evolve to new fun?
Well, as far as trick-or-treating goes, if you don't go, you won't know.
Oh, and there's a wrap.
Ow! Why like this?
Oh, that was funny. If you don't go, you won't know.